Welcome to the Cybersecurity Competition Federation show. I'm Dan Manson. I teach computer information systems at Cal Poly Pomona and serve as principal investigator for our National Science Foundation grant to help form an umbrella organization over cybersecurity competitions. The Cybersecurity Competition Federation can support the development of skill at a large scale by bringing cybersecurity competitions under an umbrella organization, which will help players of all ages and skill levels identify a point of entry into a continuum of cybersecurity competition experiences. With a focus on communication and promotion, the CCF maintains the autonomy of competition creators, supports their business models, and does not interfere with their sponsorship or funding sources. At CyberFed, we believe cybersecurity competitions can be covered like a sport. In 1987, ESPN began College Game Day, an entertainment show previewing college football games. Last Saturday, CyberFed provided over 5 hours of live coverage of the Cyber Day L.A. cybersecurity competition. Cyber Day L.A. provides 400 high school and middle school students from Los Angeles with an exhibition cybersecurity competition and serves as an unofficial kickoff to the CyberPatriot season. Cyber Day L.A. featured CyberPatriot style competitions at the beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels. We will package our Cyber Day L.A. coverage into a longer show that will be available this fall on the CyberFed website. This week, we provide highlights of CyberFed coverage of Cyber Day L.A. I think Matt is with one of your teams right now. Let's see how they're doing. Matt?
We have a beginners team and an advanced team. The two members of the advanced team have both been to the national finals this past year, and they won as freshmen. So can you guys talk about how it was like going to the national finals as freshmen?
Yeah, it was a really good experience going to the national finals as a freshman. It really did motivate me to continue with the club because it's really intense to be working that much to get to the national level to compete.
Like, honestly, going to finals was like a dream to me. I never thought I would go because my sister like barely went with me, and it like pushed me forward to like continue joining the club and sticking in the hardships, even though it does get really hard at times.
Right, so you are the youngest of 4 siblings who have all played CyberPatriot, correct?
Correct.
So did that influence you at all when you were looking to participate in high school?
Yeah, I really did, because at first I didn't really want to join, but then my younger sister made me join. So, and then I liked it after like the first day, so I decided to stay in the program and keep it going on.
So we have a point total for 181. Actually, below that, you see the graph of how teams are trading back and forth.
So that's just our team.
Right.
So that's the Ubuntu score and the Windows score. So I know that our Ubuntu score is pretty high. Our Windows score hasn't changed for a while. But I love the fact that they offer this information now, which wasn't available 2 years ago. Last year was the first time that they introduced that. But it really helps us as coaches be able to see where they get stuck, what's going on, who needs, in terms of what aspect do they need more help in. But I thought that was a fabulous feature that CyberPatriot added.
You're not able to help them during the competition,
No.
but after the competition, how much detail do you go into in terms of what the challenges were, which ones they felt comfortable solving, which ones were brand new to them?
Right, so we do spend a lot of time debriefing. I think that's the way that's one of the reasons why we've been able to stay strong over the years. Is our first year we had 4 seniors on the national team and 2 sophomores. So the following year, those 2 sophomores became the leaders of their cluster of students, their cohort, and then the following year they were seniors. And so each year as we groom the underclassmen, it's really through the experiences and the expertise of the older classmen that have gone to the national finals. This year it's a little bit different because our nationals team was 3 seniors and 2 freshmen last year. So the 2 freshmen are the 2 gentlemen that you saw in the room right there. They were 9th graders last year, so now they're 10th graders, and so they're stepping into the role as leaders at a very young age. Hazel in the black is still 14, Raymond is 15, and they're tasked with really championing and helping to run practices as but they're still learning also. You know, the team that we had last year was very strong, and we had some strong players, and so I think they were able to get away with some stuff because of that, but now they don't have that anymore, so they have to really be able to shine independently.
I think we're ready for another view of what Matt's doing. Matt, what's up?
All right, so we have a team here who's going to
Enough
kind of
time.
walk us through some of the broader vulnerabilities that they found in the competition. And we're going to start with Windows. So what did you find kind of overall in the Windows image?
There were a couple of vulnerabilities, mostly just unwanted users or unwanted or misplaced admins, so you had to fix those. And then there were also some file sharing, but then you didn't really get points for that, but it's like basics to do. And there are also some service vulnerabilities where you would have a malicious service running, potential for hacking and stuff. And then there was one specific toolbar removal, which was really significant because they asked you for your credit card number, and that's not very good. I mean, you would want to remove that, so that was one particular vulnerability. There were also a couple of malicious programs that were installed in the image, as well as a malicious process running in the background that you had to find the file and delete it.
That's awesome. Good job. And then what kind of broad vulnerabilities did you find on the Linux image?
Well, just like Windows, there were user vulnerabilities. Like some of them weren't supposed to be the higher, like the administrators, and some of them weren't even allowed to be a part of the system. And there were others where they had a very insecure password, so you just had to secure them and have the secure passwords.
Awesome. Thank you very much, both of you. Good job.
Thank you,
today.
Matt. Thank you, Matt. Jay, I saw you doing some scoreboard watching when we were doing that segment with
Yeah.
Matt. And what are you seeing?
Well, the competition ended with the online component, a Franklin team and a North Hollywood team tying. So they haven't counted the Cisco scores in yet. That's another 40 points possible. But right now, the two top teams in this competition have 190 out of 200 points, and they're a team from Franklin and a team from North Hollywood.
And now we're moving on to the advanced category.
You know, and I find it interesting that the idea that it's not necessarily at this high level in the advanced category of who did better than the other team, and that's the winner. It's who didn't make a mistake. And that tells me that everybody's very skilled, everybody's very dedicated, and they're well-rounded. And that's good for the sport.
Matt, which team
Definitely.
finished third?
So third place is North Hollywood Fritz. So one of North Hollywood's teams shining.
So Franklin could be second, could be first. North Hollywood could also be first.
How exciting would it be, Dan, if it wasn't Franklin or North Hollywood in first?
That would be an upset.
All right, so we're moving on to second place in the advanced division.
You know, if my cell phone hadn't died several hours earlier, I would text Uncle Jimmy right now and ask who he has.
Franklin Saber, second place.
Great job, Franklin. Matt, I believe this was a two-person team today.
Yes, this is the team of two we interviewed today. Both were freshmen last year on the national finals team, and they're back this year, and the two of them did well, you know,
So-
but they just fell a little short.
A two-person team in 10th grade, which means they'll have 2 more years after this year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the two of them do over the next 3 years.
That's a
And
big
first
achievement.
place goes to North Hollywood Togo.
So Togo is a team that had a lot of success last year, and it looks like they were a full team today.
Yeah, you know, they came in full force, all 5 of them, and, you know, they did a really good job today.
And there we just had a great display of sportsmanship with that little secret handshake. I don't know if you caught that, Matt, but that was interesting.
Thank
And
you.
this wraps up our coverage from Cal Poly Pomona. CyberFed coverage of Cyber Day L.A. 2015. We'd like to thank our Media Vision crew. We'd like to thank all those that we interviewed today. And I'd like to give a big shout out to Matt for being such a fantastic roving reporter. And Jason, as always, it's a pleasure.
The honor's all mine, Dan.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you on CyberFed on the weekly show, and we hope to be covering round 1 of CyberPatriot 2015-16.
See you, everybody.
Bye-bye. If you have a competition you would like us to cover in a future show, please contact us at cyberfed.org. I'm Dan Manson. See you next week.